Right then, we are back to racing. This is Spa-Francorchamps for round 8, race 1 of the 2015 V8 Supercars Championship on the Ultimate Racing Network, otherwise known as Turn. I'm your host, Ryan McDowell, Siphon68. Joining me in the commentating booth, as always, Ryan Shelton.
What's going on, guys? We've got a very, very short race for a very long track. 7 kilometers on this track, consisting of 20 turns. Each one is totally different from each other. And from what we saw in that first lap, it did consist of a little bit of some contacts. We are on our first restart, but it looked like there was some really good racing that's going to go down. We've got LRT Breeze, who will be starting out in first position here. He's got a fantastic lap time of a 2:22.773, and he was only 1/10 of a second in front of GSR Roadrunner. And then after that, there is definitely a bit of a drop off when you go to TPR Zermatt in third place, who had 4 poles in a row, but he is without a pole since Daytona, or since the race before that at Monza. So we have TPR Zermatt in third place, F4H Eggy, who will be starting out in that 4th place at a second behind LRT Breeze. F4H Diablo, his teammate, will be starting out in 5th place with LRT Nath, who was starting out in 6th. LSR Baloo and Skulls U Slash, teammates of each other, will be starting out in the 7th and 8th position. VRR Marth, who has seen a bit of a loss in the Drivers' Championship, but is back here to help out TBR Zermatt and the Vixen Racing team for their team championship. He'll be starting out in 9th, with DKS Monkey 8 starting out in 10th place. Going on past the top 10, we have N6R Gannon starting out in 11th, F4H Miko in 12th. Kapai BR will start out in the 13th position with Midland Zeta in 14th. Alex Smeeg will start out in 15th with F4H Ghost in 16th. The 17th position will be occupied by NGR Zagal with N6R Gannon right beside him. And then our one and only Holden will start out in 19th with Mr. Stepanoff, his first time here in the top split. Like I said, this track is extremely hard to get a consistent flow to. Once you actually get that flow together, this track is a lot of fun, and especially these cars, where there's not a whole lot of downforce, but this is definitely a downforce needed track. So there's a lot of learning how to kind of redrive the car per se. You really want to get this car to slide around through the corners, but not so much that you lose the rear end.
Yeah, it is really about managing that momentum and keeping that flow going. If you try and make this course a little bit too abrupt, you'll really find that your lap times fall off significantly. And that really goes for everywhere here. Like Eau Rouge needs to be very, very smooth. Bus stop, it's surprising how abrupt people try and take that, but the smoother the line, the better through there, honestly.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of these guys, especially coming up through Eau Rouge, they'll use a lot of the grass on the left side part of the track. They'll try to make sure it doesn't hurt them, but make sure that it also helps them out also. They're going to try making that left turn of Eau Rouge as wide as they possibly can. But if you get too much on the grass, it does make the car very loose, and you're ending up in the wall over at Radeon.
So we're going to ride on board with 4th place, F4H Eggy.
Yeah, he had a very, very great start in that F4H Yamaha car. He ended up doing really well in qualifying. And on the other side of that coin, N6R Gannon had not the best of qualifying. He'll be starting out in 6th place. It looks like here shortly we will see the lights go green and these guys will be off.
And the lights are out.
It's green, much better. Oh, it looks like Skolzy
LSR Baloo, maybe?
No, Skolzy slash, he is not moving. It looks like a much better start from the field. Much less contact, and that is a great start from everybody other than Skolzy slash. He is well behind now. And he only has 60 kilometers to make up the positions that he's lost. He actually started out in 7th place, and he is not. He started out in 8th place, and he is not going to finish there unless he's got a little bit of a luck happen.
Yeah, they're coming up to Lacombe right now. Looks like TPR Zermatt's going to go peek around the outside of LRT Breeze. We do have GSR Roadrunner leading this race.
Yeah, he got a much better start.
TPR Zermatt now side by side, gets a tap from LRT Breeze. Breeze backs off, allows TPR Zermatt rather to take back that position without having to worry about coming back on track right into him. We've got the F4H guys right next to each other as they head down in the run down to Puhan. We got a little bit of a rear ending there. Not entirely sure who rear-ended Eggy.
Yeah, Breeze, he did not have the start that he wanted. He was almost attacked by those Yamaha guys. So it looks like he's going to try to have to race his way back up and get around Zermatt and GSR Roadrunner. See if he can't take that lead.
Indeed, we've got what looks to be Breeze poking out the side there of Zermatt. He is all over the back of him. Let's switch to that.
Yeah, Breeze and Zermatt are really close together. Breeze is looking to make a pass, maybe through the bus stop.
They'll have draft down this whole straight, and we know that the Mercedes has good straight line speed.
See if he can't make the most of it here. As Zermatt tries to protect.
I think he's a bit too far back. They enter the bus stop. Looks like GSR Roadrunner may have made a mistake there early in the bus stop. Doesn't runs a little deep, but doesn't actually affect his position.
Yeah, he
has allowed.
He won't lose the position, but he'll definitely creep back towards Zermatt, which is going to help out Breeze a lot.
Yeah, both Zermatt and Breeze are keen to take that spot away from all three of these front runners. Or I'm sorry, from the two front runners right now. We've still got both F4H guys in 4th and 5th at the moment. They're staying close to this battle as well.
Zermatt looks to maybe make a position here going down the Camel Straight. Looks like he thinks better of it and just stays behind GSR Roadrunner. Oh, he definitely gives him a nudge. Doesn't look like there's too much of a fault there. If you're looking at the points battle, LRT Breeze is only 40 points behind Zermatt here in this race, so he does not want to lose any positions through this race to Zermatt. So he's definitely going to try to see if he can't make a few positions up on Zermatt.
Out of Rivage, we got LRT Breeze right up on the back of TPR Zermatt. He got a really good run out of Rivage there, was running just a couple of feet behind him. This could spell good news for the bottom of the hill here. He might be able to outbrake him into this chicane at the bottom of Puhan.
So yeah, we'll see if Breeze can't make it. He is trying his best to either make Zermatt get into a mistake, or see if he can't either just make an actual pass on Zermatt here, because he is all over the back of him right now.
He is definitely closer than he was last lap. You can almost reach out and touch his car. Coming through Blanchemont right now. This is where TPR Zermatt, oh, he pulls out to the left. He's going to be around the outside. It's difficult to do that into the bus stop unless you outbrake him. Is Breeze going to go deep? Oh, man, he cuts it just as close as he ever dare.
Oh, and he actually
a bit of a
hit.
tap then from F4H Eggy.
Yeah, Eggy gave him a little bit of a nudge, and that's going to ruin his run. So he's going to have to try again.
It looks like back behind is that LRT Nath
Yeah, Nath
that got up the inside of both of those F4H drivers.
Yeah, so
Moves
Nath
himself up into fourth.
will move his heavy haul in Australia Mercedes up into fourth place, which is going to do really well for that LRT camp for the team championship. And F4H Diablo has actually moved all the way back to seventh position after being as high as third.
Has he picked up any damage from that? I know there was some nudging going on as Nath made his way through.
Not 100% sure, but let me check here, because he is still in battles with other drivers, and he does not look to have any kind of damage. We'll see how it goes for them. They are still battling very, very viciously for what looks to be about fifth position. Like I said, you've got 60 kilometers of racing and a bunch of guys who are just trying to make as many positions as they can in this short race. The second race is 45 minutes long, but it is reverse grid based on point standings. So we'll see some of these guys try to finish out this race really well.
You know, the other battle that's brewing up right now is LSR Baloo for 8th place. Oh, and it looked like it might happen here with 8th place over DKS Monkey. He's all over the back of him, heading down into Blanchemont right now. Hasn't peaked one way or the other yet. I'm not sure that he's actually close enough. He might not have got a very good run out of Stabilo, but it looked like it initially looked like DKS Monkey got an even worse run out of Stabilo.
It looks like right in front of him, the F4H guys are.
Yeah, it looks like Diablo moving backwards again.
Yeah, Diablo is just not having the race that he's wanted. Looks like DKS Monkey may be the next participant in the Diablo train.
Hasn't happened yet. Looks like he's held it together. F4H Diablo then staying just ahead. Let's go back and see if we can't see what's going on with N6R Gannon. Normally he's got a lot of pace.
Yeah, this race he has not had the race that he's wanted. Being in 11th place is not where he wants to be.
There's a whole train of cars behind him too.
Yeah, with F4H Ghost, I believe this may be his first race here in the top split also. I haven't seen his name.
I'm going to head back and take a look at Skullsy Slash, who is currently 13th. I believe he just picked up a position from Kaipi BR, now trying to pull up to the back of F4H Ghost there. He's going to be keen to get this move done early.
Yeah, those guys in the Nissans have been pretty well. This race hasn't, gone the way they've wanted. They qualified 7th and 8th. Skullsy Slash had a very awful start, which put him all the way back to 18th position. He just managed to pull away right in front of the Holden of Mr. Stepanoff. But he's not had the race that he's wanted, back in 13th position after qualifying a pretty decent 8th place.
Right then, the current running order, let's just run through that real quick as we're several laps into this. GSR Roadrunner leads this race. TPR Zermatt is second. LRT Breeze is third. LRT Nath, his teammate, is fourth. F4H Aggie is fifth. VOR Amarth has moved up to sixth. F4H Diablo still holding on to seventh, but seems to be having backward momentum. DKS Monkey is eighth. LSR Baloo has moved up to ninth. Midland Zeta 10th then. N6R Gannon is 11th. F4H Ghost is 12th. Skullsy Slash 46 is 13th. Kaipi BR is 14th. F4H Miko is 15th. N6R Crazy is 16th. Mr. Stepanov occupies 17th, while Alex of Smeg runs 18th, and NGR Zagal runs 19th.
So it looks like we're currently just over halfway in this race. We do have 4 laps to go, but we've only completed 5. We're actually
Skullsy Slash peeking out to the inside here for Lacombe. Is he going to get it done under braking? They both get very close. A little bit of rub there.
It looks like Ghost actually had to drive off the course, but it did allow Skullsy Slash to get on by.
It's not all done, though. We can see F4H Ghost here lining up into Rivage. Thinks better of it here. He may have a better run elsewhere. We know these two are very close in pace.
And they're doing pretty decent overall, making sure, you know, keeping that track together, or keeping everybody together, and not too much damage and not too much pushing and shoving.
LSR Baloo still trying to track down DKS Monkey for that position. Is he going to make a move here? No, not quite close enough. I think he chose the wiser of the two paths there. All right, we're going to move up and see how LRT Breeze is doing at the front and tracking down both GSR Roadrunner and TPR Zermatt. The battle is still relatively close. I mean, they're not bumper to bumper, but these guys are very close here this many laps in.
Yeah, it was much further about a lap ago, as I was just kind of keeping an eye on them. It was definitely a different look in it. Look in the race. They were all kind of spread out, but now they've really closed up, and it looks like Zermatt actually is going to try to make a pass here going into.
Looks like actually, yeah, it does. It looks like all of them have actually closed up a bit here. Is Zermatt? No, he just tags behind there. Does look like he gets the inside line coming out of it. I don't know that that's going to amount to anything before they get to Au Rouge.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but he's definitely in the draft. He's going to try to make it. He's going to try to make it pass as soon as he can to try to get away from LRT Breeze.
These guys doing a good job of keeping it clean at the top of Radion there. There's a lot of time to be gained if you use the game limits of running well wide of that curb. Our ruling on it is that if you keep a tire on that rumble strip that's still clean, you can use, you know, whatever, a car's width there to try and extend yourself as much as possible. But now it actually looks like Zermatt has actually fallen back into the clutches of Breeze. Breeze looks around the outside of Rivage. That's not going to work out. It's too long going around. That's such a long right-hander. That was never going to work out, but that's perfect pressure from Breeze there, I think.
Yeah, he tried doing that same move last week. He tried to do that same move last week in Daytona, but it actually ended up in contact between the two of them at the very exit of the corner.
Man, I don't want to take my eyes off of the front here. This is so amazing. We should probably move our way back and see what's happening in some of the lower positions here. Let's take a look at Mr. Stepanov and how he's faring in that Holden. Currently looks like quite a bit of space ahead. He's got Alex of Smeg behind and NGR Zagal behind that. NGR Zagal not really showing up for us, so we'll move on. See if we can't find another good battle here.
Well, it looks like Breeze is trying to make the pass on Zermatt here at the bus stop. He is right on his bumper. He is underneath the wing of Zermatt, trying to make the outside pass at bus stop happen. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but he's going to try doing the same move he tried early in the race, but Eggy's not there to give him a little nudge this time around. It looks like he'll stay a little bit closer to Zermatt. It looks like he's going to just try to find a way around Zermatt, because as soon as he gets around him, I do believe he'll just kind of run away from him, as he did have a second. He was a second over the Vixen Racing Volvo there during qualifying. So I think if he can just get around him, as Zermatt actually makes a huge run through Eau Rouge there. Runs very wide.
This battling is actually allowing GSR Roadrunner to pull away just a little bit from these two, and we know that GSR Roadrunner was only a 10th down on LRT Breeze's 222.773 pole time. So could it be that this is now taking first away from both of them?
Yeah, with Zermatt just kind of holding a spot down, it does look like it's just allowing Roadrunner to run away with this. I thought this track would be a little bit easier to pass on, but Zermatt showing differently.
You know, when you get people of this skill very, very close to each other, it is going to be very, very difficult because the pace is so close. And you know, it is one thing to catch them just on raw pace. It's another thing to make a pass, especially against a guy that knows how to drive defensively.
Yeah, and with what looks to be just one lap to go, once they cross the line, it's going to come down to the very last lap for these guys, and I'm pretty sure Breeze is not going to want to lose to Zermatt.
We're going to take a quick peek back. Kai PBR, see how he's doing in this race. We haven't checked on him yet. He appears to be having a sort of a race of his own at the moment, so we'll move on from that. Maybe F4H Ghost. How close is he to N6R Gannon ahead? Not that close, but N6R Gannon looks like he might be getting close to Skullsy Slash. Skullsy Slash trying to go up the inside of Midland Zeta. They make a little bit of contact. They're both okay. No position change there. Very, very close stuff. N6R Gannon then nearly making a pass on Skullsy Slash into La Source there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the front just to see what may occur here, because this is the final lap. This is, you know, there's the final lap of this 60-kilometer race, so I only have about 12 more turns here for the front guys. Not very many passing opportunities left in the race.
All right, back on board with LRT Breeze here in his heated battle with TPR Zermatt. Down into Puhan now. He knows he needs to close up. He's got to set it up out of Stavelo. Otherwise, he's got no chance.
And again, this is going to be another, was it 10 points between second and third?
It is 10 points. He needs every bit of that for the championship.
Yeah, with only 2 races left after this round, there's not much left in the bank. He wants to make sure to increase that lead or decrease that lead from Zermatt.
Right on the back of Zermatt then. Heading down into Blanchimont. I don't think he'd dare go on the inside of Blanchimont, but on the exit, will he try and outbrake him on the inside?
Oh, Zermatt makes a huge slide. That's, oh man, he almost was able to get right up beside him, but he looks like he's going to try to do a over-under here at the bus stop. Will he make anything of it?
That doesn't look like he's going to be able to pull it off. Very, very close racing between these two, though. Look at that finish.
Yeah, it's very close. Roadrunner will take the win. He led every lap of this race. Zermatt will finish second. Breeze finishes third. LRT Nath fourth. F4H Eggy in fifth. VOR Martha, he gets a very great run, finishing up in 6th place. 7th will go to F4H Diablo. 8th to DKS Monkey Aids. 9th to LSR Baloo, and route down to 10 will be NGR Zagal.
Man, just over a 10th in the finishing time there between Zermatt and Breeze. That's really impressive stuff.
Yeah, actually 10th was going to Skolzy Slash. I had actually accidentally hit a button. So we'll see these guys have their cool down lap, and we will see y'all on the other side for the 45 minutes endurance race. Congrats to the podium. Again, same podium as what it's been looking like here recently, but I do believe this next race is probably going to show a little bit of a different look to it, because I really don't think one of those guys will finish up on the podium. We will probably see a new face up there, especially with how long and how treacherous this race can be. Give us a few minutes to restart the lobby and get everything set up, and we will be right back with y'all.